So whether you live here in North Carolina already or you think I'm moving to North Carolina, here are some essential gun laws you should know.
Now pay attention, please.
Some of the gun laws we're going to talk about are going to be open carry in North Carolina. What does it mean? Carry concealed weapon in North Carolina, and there may be some things changed about that also. Castle Doctrine laws. Do you need a permit to buy a gun in North Carolina? So let's get right into who can buy a rifle and who can buy a handgun. So you must be 21 years of age or older to purchase a handgun, but you have to be 18 or older if you want to possess it. So you're allowed to possess it at 18, 19, and 20, but you must be 21 to buy it. To buy a rifle or a shotgun, you must be 18 years or older.
Are you 18 or older?
So next thing we talk about is going to be open carry in North Carolina, and what does it mean? Open carry is legal without a permit. You must be 18 years or older. The weapon must be visible and not concealed. Where is this allowed at? Roadside rest areas, private property with permission. You're not allowed at schools, government buildings, business with no weapon signs. So as an example, you can definitely carry your gun open carry if you're walking down the street, through a park, no problem. But if you decide to go into the Walmart and they have a sign on the door, or any business for that matter, and it says no weapons allowed, concealed or otherwise, you cannot walk in there. So next thing is open carry while you're driving your vehicle. The gun must be visible or locked up. Legal setups on the dash or in the seat next to you, visible in a locked glove compartment or console, or in the trunk. And it can't be a hatchback car, I don't believe. I think they mean trunk, a traditional trunk, where basically you could not reach into the back seat and grab it from your hatch. I know some seats pull down, and your question is, well, I have a trunk, but the seat pulls down. It's really going to vary on different scenarios with that. I think it's going to take too much time for you. Either pull down the little seat, reach into your trunk, grab your gun. At that point, if a police officer stops you, I'm thinking you're going to be in deeper trouble than you need to be. At that point, if the law officer thinks your life's in danger, then you're in a different situation at that point. And just a little side tip: if you get pulled over and the officer does not see the gun, it is not visible, and it might be considered concealed. What I would recommend to you do if you're getting stopped by the police officer and you're open carry, you got a holster on your side or whatever, definitely put it on the dash, put it on your seat, leave your hands on the steering wheel, and when the officer approaches, first thing I would say is, hey, there's a gun in the seat, there's a gun on the dash, whatever. I would not leave it on you. Me personally, that's up to you. But definitely, as soon as they approach, let them know immediately where the gun is at. So next thing we talk about is going to be carry concealed permit.
Concealed carry? Yes, I am. Which states?
You must be 21 years or older, must complete an 8-hour safety course, submit an application for the sheriff's office. Where are you allowed to carry your concealed weapon? State parks, rest areas, personal vehicles. Where it's not allowed: schools, courthouses, government buildings, anywhere with a visible no concealed weapon sign. So at the time of this video, there's a new bill that's being proposed, and by the time you watch this video, it may have already passed or may not have passed, but they are wanting to pass a bill, and it's already went through the Senate. It's got to go to the House now, and the bill is called the Freedom to Carry NC, Senate Bill 50. If this passes, anyone 18 years or older, as long as they can legally own a gun, can carry it concealed. No permit, no training, just buy the gun and carry it. So right now, of course, I just mentioned to carry concealed permit, you need 8 hours of a training course. If this bill passes, that all goes out the window.
Some Republican state lawmakers are pushing to loosen some restrictions on firearms. The so-called Freedom to Carry NC bill aims to allow you to carry a concealed handgun without a permit.
WFMY News 2's Amber Lake has a closer look at this proposal.
The Freedom to Carry bill would change concealed carry into constitutional carry, which means if you go through the process to get a firearm, you can then conceal it without a permit. It'll also change the age of when you can get a gun from 21 to 18 years old. People across our state fall on both sides of this issue.
I'm all for people being able to protect themselves, as long as they're responsible when they're doing so.
A new bill would change how someone can carry a gun.
You could literally take a holster or non-holster. You could stick a gun in your belt without a coat on and walk down the street, and you're perfectly legal. What this law would allow you to do is put that coat or jacket on and cover that.
The bill would allow eligible gun owners to carry a concealed gun without a permit. Some believe this change enhances personal safety. Critics worry the bill would increase gun violence, putting more untrained people in high-risk situations.
For example, in West Virginia, they repealed their concealed carry weapons permitting system in 2016. In the years that followed, their homicide increased 48%, and their suicide increased 22%. This is simply unacceptable, and we cannot afford to be like West Virginia.
The legislation also allows state lawmakers to carry concealed weapons in government buildings. It would also permit concealed firearms in bars and restaurants as long as the person doesn't drink alcohol while carrying.
I say more power to the people as long as they're willing to be responsible and understand what comes with it. So training is always going to be one of those things. Go for it, I say, but make sure you go through the process to get the training that you need. So that way, if ever you have to use it, you know how to use it in a safe way.
The bill passed its first reading and has been referred out to the Rules Committee.
So basically what this means now, if you're open carrying, walking around town and you're open carrying, and this bill does pass to the House, then you can just throw your jacket on and now you can carry it concealed without getting a carry concealed permit. Let me know what you think about this new bill that may pass. Are you for it? Are you against it? Me personally, I hope it does pass so I can carry my gun carry concealed without getting a permit. But I think lowering the age to 18. So the next thing I'll talk about is gun laws for minors, and I'll break it down for you right here. So if you're under age of 18, no handguns are allowed unless you're hunting, target shooting, and with supervision. Under 12, you need adult supervision and written permission to handle any firearm. Long guns, no minimum age, but supervised use required. And beware, it is a felony if you allow a minor to take a handgun to school, even if it's by accident. So before we go any further, I'll let you know I am a real estate agent in North Carolina. I cover Fayetteville and surrounding areas. So if you're thinking of moving to North Carolina, please reach out to the team and me. We would love to help you. All my information is below. So next one we go into is self-defense and stand your ground laws, or Castle Doctrine laws. So no duty to retreat in your own home, your car, or your workplace. Deadly force is justified if you reasonably believe you or someone else faces immediate death or serious harm. So basically, if you are in your own home and somebody comes in there and you think your life's in danger, you do what you think you need to do to stop that threat. If you're at a red light and you're sitting in your car and someone comes up and tries to open the door or hurt you or hurt somebody else in the car, you definitely have a right to defend yourself. Your workplace, you have somebody come in there hurting, a mass shooter possibly, an incident like that, you have a right to defend yourself and others. You're not protected if you're the aggressor. The person you shot has a legal right to be there, like a roommate or a spouse, if it's a law enforcement officer acting within their duties. And just remember, the key phrase or tip is your reasonable belief that you're in danger, immediate danger. Next one we talk about is definitely a big topic, and it's dealing with keeping your guns safe from minors. Definitely put it in a safe, put it in a lockbox, secure it the best way you can legally and within the law. So if a minor gets your gun, you can't be charged if it was not locked or secured. They bring it to school, hurt somebody, or commit a crime with it. And like I just said earlier, tips, locks, box safe, or trigger locks are your best defense. So here's a little statistic here for you. Over 70% of injuries to minors or death are from an unsecured firearm in the home. Over 70%. That is a lot, and that's something we all need to work on. So definitely gun ownership in North Carolina is definitely a right, but also a responsibility. Definitely know your laws, respect private property, and definitely, like I said earlier, for minors, keep your guns safe away from children. So if you think of buying, selling, or investing in North Carolina, please reach out to the team and me. We would love to help you. We service the Fayetteville surrounding areas, but definitely I know agents in other cities and towns, so reach out to me. Be happy to connect you with somebody there. My direct number is below. You can call or text me, or you can scan this QR code up here in the corner. Definitely check out these other videos that YouTube recommends to you, and I will see you guys in the next video.